Hello guys, I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is basically just commencing. It's 2026 in New York, and we're still getting snowed in because it's about to snow this weekend. It just snowed the past weekend, and the amount of shoveling that one had to do in order to make sure you had an exit for your car, it's not minutes. It's not an hour. It's hours of just shoveling. Darn. Correct me. Scoop, shovel, throw. And now we're here. We're listening to NPR. You see? See what I'm talking about? And this is what I'm talking about. So let's choose a topic and let's speak about that topic. Let's talk about how people like their coffee. You like your coffee black, you like your coffee with sugar and milk, and half is a whole nother topic, just alongside almond milk. Why are you making coffee so complicated? Make it complicated for yourselves, but don't expect the coffee to be adjusted to your liking whenever it's due time and whenever you do get thirsty for some caffeine. Don't play yourself, because what is the difference between half and whole milk? I mean, I answered my own question, but let's be clear. This YouTube channel is just gonna be talking I'm thinking about having a host next to me. Not even a host, but just having guests, because I could be driving and talking or vice versa, but there's always a vibe in the core to be met. Always. It's always a vibe. You got the heater on, you got your cheeks warming up, sizzling. And let's talk about what's happening in the real world. Not only is there a lot of despair going on around city from city, east to west, south to north, but there is a lot of uncertainty of the future that everything might bring. Something I do sincerely care about is soccer. How have FIFA and soccer gotten so involved with politics? Starting in 2025, there's nothing wrong with that. It be like that. But it was never this obvious. Let's talk about what's going on here.
Governor Run calling what's happening in the Twin Cities and across the state an unmitigated disaster. That's a Republican. Democrats here really haven't had a lot of power to do anything about ICE's presence in the state other than, condemn it publicly. I've asked Senator Klobuchar what her party can do, and she largely talks about having a check on the president.
I think it's getting foggy in here. That's how chilly it's getting. You want to be in here when it's that cold. Fix the hair. But how long can we really talk shit for? About some G shit. I'm a shit talker, but I'm not a shit walker. You know what I mean?
Now, the Trump administration has been signaling that it is trying to make some changes.
Yo, how many times do we have to hear about this administration doing this and that? Like, I don't care.
I mean, not yet. Holman replaced
We're giving this guy so much clout and aura. And it doesn't have to be good aura. It could be evil aura.
Minnesota officials need to cooperate if ICE is ever going to leave here.
Matter of fact, I have staff from the CBP and from ICE working on a drop-down plan. What does that look like based on the cooperation? What does that look like based on how many targets we have left to find?
But Juana, I should say there's no real evidence on the streets of de-escalation. That includes ICE agents attempting to enter the Ecuadorian consulate, allegedly without a warrant.
Allegedly.
Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, who has regularly been tangling with President Trump, responded to Holman's press conference today. Fry says any drawdown of ICE agents is a step in the right direction, but his ask remains the same. Operation Metro Surge must end, and that's a reference to the ramped-up presence ICE has had in Minnesota. We should also bring up Maine. There has also been an increased ICE enforcement presence.
There is a whole operation going on.
U.S. Senator Susan Collins says DHS has told her enhanced operations there have ended.
And last thing, Clay, I do want to bring it back to midterm for a moment. Republicans really make it about anything but ice right now?
I mean, President Trump certainly is trying to change the subject. He was in Iowa earlier this week holding a rally in suburban Des Moines. That state has gone for him the last 3 presidential elections, but there are a couple of competitive congressional House seats there this year. He spent the majority of his speech
The
talking
lights are
about
on.
the economy.
You know what that
Republicans want to
means.
keep control of Congress and political
It's
arguments
about that time
over
to just
ICE's
say
presence here in
goodbye.
Minnesota and the death of
Hello.
2 U.S. citizens at the hands
Just look
of
at how
federal
cold it
agents
is in this
is not helping.
court.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you.
That's Minnesota Public Radio's Clay Masters.
You see that?
Maine's oldest lobster
It'd be like that.
has died at the age of 105. Some may know her as Virginia or Jenny Oliver, but most know her as the Lobster Lady. That's right, a woman of the sea. Oliver made a living fishing for lobsters, but it was also her passion. She started heading out on the water with her father and brother when she was just 8 years old. She spent over 90 years on Maine's coast until a few years before her death. She was a beloved icon in Maine for sure, but she also got national recognition. Here she is on CBS Sunday Morning talking
That
about
means to the
time
50
she had to
states,
take
Alabama,
stitches from a work
Nebraska,
injury. And the doctor said to me,
Arkansas, North
"What do you want
Virginia,
that lobster for?"
South Virginia,
And I
North
said,
Carolina.
"'Cause I want to." Oliver was so remarkable, in fact, that author Barbara Walsh wrote a children's book about her.
I
She was a
joke.
storyteller and just delightful to be
Those
around.
cars are nice.
Because she was
Sorry,
always
but-
laughing. Nothing fazed her. She had a spark.
Oliver and Walsh became really good friends.
She was a fighter and sassy and, would always say whether she was on land or at sea, I'm the boss. And you didn't mess with Jenny.
Walsh said that Oliver's philosophy in life was pretty simple.
You've got to keep moving. Get out of the chair or you're going to end up in a wheelchair. And, she just believed when you stop doing what you love, that's when you grow old. And age is just a number, which Jenny clearly showed us all.
And that is not all the lobster.
105 years
lady we
old,
remember
95 years in the
Inspired people
coast.
was just, not only her optimism, but her spirit. Just, it conveyed to people, just don't give up. So I think she and her memory and her spirit will live on for quite some time.
Virginia Oliver's family announced that she died peacefully last week at the age of 105. For this year's 250th
Have you ever thought about how long you wanna live?
States, pianist Laura Downs is sending audio
Because
postcards from the
it's-
road. She's exploring
it's a
the
real
nation's
question.
history through song. Her search took her to Vermont, where she introduced a song that was written before this country was ever born.
Let's hear this piece. Let's talk about it. Dun, 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 dun.
The audience. It's a new arrangement of My Days Have Been So Wondrous Free. Francis Hopkinson wrote the original in 1759 in Philadelphia.
My days have been so wondrous free.
It's often called the first American song because it might just be the first documented, formally notated song written on American soil. Although there were songs long before that by indigenous peoples and the music Africans brought here in bondage. Songs that dreamed of freedom. I came to this old barn to talk with historian Jill Lepore. She's written a 900-page history of the United States, and she told us that even before the Revolution, America was already a melting pot.
Always has been.
Atlantic seaboard culture was a crazy mix, probably about the most ethnically, racially, linguistically pluralist that the country has ever been. Philadelphia was the biggest city, very English in many ways, but also quite Dutch and a lot of Irish and very German. And then the enslaved population was sizable, but so was the free black population, because by 1759, when Hopkinson was writing, already Quakers had condemned and denounced slavery. So a really wonderfully vibrant culture.
The music really starts to mingle right away. People brought what they had when they came here. We all carry songs with us, and Africans brought their songs with them.
Oh, it's nice.
Traditional black spirituals
Did a little
nobody knows
bounce
the
from the
trouble
shifter to the side of the
Hearing this music
music and thinking about how much was suppressed.
Storage space.
To think of the music as surviving is just an incredible testament
The chord's about to hit half,
the
so we're about
vitality
to
and
bounce,
insistence of
just
the
like
human
that.
spirit's need for beauty.
Talk about beauty. Let's talk about beauty in
But I think there's
2026.
another legacy of that era of great brutality that we also tend to forget, and that is, it's not an accident that the world's first modern democracy is born in a part of the world that is one of the last places where human bondage exists.
Wow.
In fact, it is the cries for freedom,
Wow.
the insistence that enslaved Africans make, and the insistence on sovereignty that indigenous peoples make. And out of that emerges this discourse of rights, you know, that gets us all the way down to the Bill of Rights. And the awareness of an inexcusability of tyranny over other people. That's where the American idea is born, in that crucible of violence.
Is this encouraging or is
That's just
this-
amazing. The way it was
I
said.
really struggle with this. It's so hard for us to wrap our heads around this moment, to think about this founding promise. We certainly
Think
have
about it.
achieved.
Ponder on it.
Is the idea just that we're
Form an
still
opinion
in the
and
thick of it?
base it off your experience, your morals, who you've been around, what you have learned, who has been good to you, who you've been good to.
Jill Lepore says
Just
we
be
definitely
kind.
want to go back.
There's nothing romantic to me about the 18th century. You would die in childbirth, your children would die in infancy, you would live to 24.
Wow.
I know. What is really
Wow.
extraordinary is
That is
the
extraordinary.
capacity for the creation of beautiful work and the devising of ingenious ideas, in spite of the incredible cruelty and suffering of daily living.
And today, in this anniversary year, the American melting pot of art and ideas is still resilient. At the end, Jill Lepore left us with a lesson from those hard times when America was young.
The generosity of spirit around what it is to lift one another up is an
Facts.
ideal of the revolution that we very often forget and we need in this moment.
So we all bundled up and headed out into the snowy night with new insights about our history.
Mind you, as you listen to this, we're just like literally transported through their experience.
Is collecting conversations across the country in America's 250th anniversary.
So many people that just. Everybody matters. That's all. So many people that just do wonderful work being themselves and being who they are.
It's WNYC. More all things considered just ahead. A year after the mid-air collision near Washington, D.C., families of the victims are pushing for action on aviation safety, including crash avoidance technology, and they're digging in for a fight. We're going to hear all about it in just a moment.
WNYC is a media partner of On Air Fest, a festival for culture and storytelling featuring Wyclef Jean, Malcolm Gladwell, and more, February 25th and 26th in Brooklyn.
Yo. I think some experiences are just funny. Don't you really think, you really go through shit and then you let that fucking sink? Fuck that, you just wanna overcome and you wanna be a better person. She's like, fuck it, let me mute you deserve it. So we out here in the cold, we acting very fucking bold, we acting like we never fold. Remember we were young, we were a little fucking mold, and we were always did what we were fucking told, and now we question it like a fucking exam. You wanna maybe avoid all these little phone scams. This is going off the dome. This ain't no fucking clone. And watch me, this shit is going off the dome. So this is gonna be a summer, Bob. She's like, Luis Mario, can you really fucking stop? You can't really lie, man. Honestly, I feel like you're always trying, but deep inside I think you're fucking dying, And we're fucking flying really straight. Nah, fuck that. I think I just wanna maybe get in the car, maybe, Ain't that a bummer? I said this shit was a freestyle, but it's gonna be a bop. It's gonna be a bop for the fucking summer. Then we might be on the stage with the fucking drummer. Yo, we be walking in the air like a stunner. Yo, we may be rapping on our off time like we're fucking gonna. You know, we out here trying to rap like we're stunning on the beat. She's like, yo, Lee Smarter, can you take a seat? Yo, fuck that. I really sometimes just neat with my tie and fuck that. And sometimes I be on that plane. Does that mean really I'm fuck? No, that mean I'm really fucking trying. Yo, we out here in their life and we out here slowly dying like a. Yo, we out here driving like a fucking scared, yo. And yo, Aaron said never join a frat, cause next thing you know you'll get attacked and then you'll get a fucking mat. That means you'll get slapped on like a welcome mat. You getting out the door. Yo, every girl you would do like yo. When you sleep, you gotta snore and you gotta rest, yo. When you out here in the streets, you gotta be the best, yo. You gotta leave the nest, cause this is just a test, yo. Honestly, it's like on this rap, we just did the finesse. Yo, we're from New York, so we're kind of yo. We're from New York, yo. We're from New York, we're not from the city, yo. What? Yo, we from New York, so always check the time, yo. Fuck that, your girl looking like a dime, yo. On the air, she always wanna fucking shine, yo. When she come over here, I treat her like she out of line, out of fucking low. Fuck that, I just wanna maybe do a number 4 or a draw, yo. Does that mean we do a 50-50 in the toast? Nah, fuck that, don't forget to do the floors. That means do your little dance. Yo, sometimes you just gotta take a stance. And maybe you just gotta fucking enhance all the feelings. You be out here in the sea like you're reeling. Yo, on the fucking gram, you're doing all the dealing. You doing all the stealing of your time. Remember I said my shorty was looking like a goddamn dime. She waste no time. And whenever she put on that makeup, she just shine. Fuck that, she never out of line. Cause guess what? She has that fucking curve. And trust me, she be on my fucking nerves. And yo, on the car, I wanna fucking swerve. Nah, fuck that, don't ever forget to steer. Yo, I'm really smart, so you appreciate the beer. We're moving like life, and death is very, very near. Yo, is that a campaign? Yo, don't let it smear your reputation. She's like, yo, I like the way you have me never on location. You just ask. Yo, fuck that. Grab the flask. Yo, it's like, yo, we're running out of time and we're grabbing that whiskey. She's like, yo, listen, Mario, I feel like you didn't call me. Did you really miss me? Nah, I'm hearing all these snakes slither. Fuck that. It's kind of cold. It's 20 degrees, so we're gonna avoid acting bitter. Fuck that. We just want to fucking outbid the fucking jail. Yo, fuck that. I feel like in the cold I'm walking kind of frail, and then I feel like I'm having my eyes closed. Does that mean I really be feeling everything because I'm braille? Fuck that. I don't ever derail from the road. Fuck that. I'm always smoking lows. Yo, fuck that. I don't ever want to maybe hold a fucking blunt. Fuck that. Let me get in this car and smoke this. Don't you ever taunt. Cause you're on the air, she wanna flaunt. Fuck that, there's no buts. There's no buts or ifs. Send another gif. Yo, it feels like we out here rapping. Does that mean that the song is gonna end on a cliff? Yo, it's like, yo, you're walking down on the cold floor. Yo, fuck that. Whenever you see her, you gotta hold the door, and then you gotta make sure you don't snore. And then when she says she want to give her more, you gotta do your deed. And then you have to avoid doing that, scrolling on that feed. Yo, cause that next thing you know, it becomes a bummer on the summer. She's like, yo, I really want you to. So I did. That means we avoided the jail, another fucking bid. Remember when she was my baby and I held her fucking crib? Her whole fucking bid. And now we're avoiding another bid. Yo, like the price is right, that pussy is tight. Fuck that, it feels like I'm jumping from state to state. That means another flight. That shit just got me tight. Fuck that, I be fucking her like I wanna show her all my might. Jumping off these cliffs, I have no fright. Fuck that, like I'm from New York, that shit gets me fucking tight. You know, I just wanna get out of fucking sight. You know, I just wanna maybe duck out of the night for these ops. Fuck that, I just wanna do the cops. Like, so now we're finally leaving, and this is exactly what it's called. But I'm kind of scared to record. I never do record, so sorry if this is really weird. But like I said, welcome to my YouTube channel. She was good. This is amazing. So, as we walk up the stairs, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna edit all the videos that we just took. We had a wonderful day, but thanks for joining. See you on the next. By the way, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be giving away a Chewy box.